A lot of people are always speaking against the metrics, okay, saying the metric wants you to do this, the metric wants you to do this, the metric wants you to do that, but then we're not going to do it because you've awoken. When we look deep into their life, they're actually crazy. These folks don't know what they are doing. Some of them, why I'm saying this is actually, I got home yesterday around 2 a.m. because for some reason I had to go pick up some poultry products, okay, for my little farm, okay. So I noticed that a lady that I knew from Instagram, for some time she went quiet, and later on I saw another profile with a name. I don't want to mention it, so you all wouldn't know who I'm talking about, but those that know, then all of a sudden I got a notification by that time that the person is online, is on live, is on TikTok live. Just pay attention, I'm making some point. I noticed that the person was on TikTok live. So, I just go home, offloaded, put them up in their cage, wash down, I'm just relaxing, and I clicked up. And you know what was in the program? More than 80 people were watching the live, and all the 8 boxes were filled. The multi-guest, boxes were filled. And guess what was happening? These guys were fighting among themselves. Some were insulting the other. You say you claim you are woke. You don't even know God. Do you know what Jesus did on the cross? A lot of things. Like, there was hate. You could see hate among this youth. And the African youth, they were just bantering against each other. Some of them were actually God's attorney himself, And so they were speaking on God's behalf because he can't speak their religious God behalf because he can't actually speak for himself. Okay, but the thing that drove me crazy is the way even the ones that call themselves awoken were really arguing with these guys, trying to prove a point. Bro, when you really self-realize, you teach, you don't argue. You make a point, you don't banter. You put it up there, you don't try to, prove a point. But these guys were busy yesterday. The ones that are supposed to be anti-metrics were actually the metrics. They were actually playing in the metrics, fighting against each other, having an argument, a heated argument. I don't know, maybe I'm not elaborating this enough for you to understand what I'm saying. Like, it was crazy that you claim to be awake, but you're actually in slumber. You're even a deeper slumber.